You don't hear the collapse. You feel it. The ground beneath your feet shudders. Dust explodes into the air. Someone behind you screams your name, but the sound is swallowed by a roar that seems to come from the mountain itself. A beam snaps. Stone crashes down where you were standing just seconds ago. Darkness rushes over you. You claw through the dust, coughing so hard your chest burns. Your oil lamp has gone out. Somewhere nearby, men are pounding against buried rock. Then, the pounding stops. No one tells you how many died. No one has time. The overseer simply points farther into the tunnel. Keep digging, because somewhere inside this mountain is silver. And to Rome, silver is worth far more than you. The journey to the mines felt endless. Days ago, chains rubbed your ankles raw as you marched across the dry hills of Roman Hispania. Every sunrise brought another mile. Every sunset meant another night sleeping on bare ground. You kept wondering where they were taking you. Now you know. Ahead of you stands the largest silver mining complex you've ever seen. Near the thriving port city of Carthago Nova, Rome controls some of the richest silver deposits in the empire. Long before the Romans conquered this land, Carthaginians and local peoples had already dug into these hills. But Rome wanted more. Much more. From the outside, the mine doesn't look like the source of an empire's wealth. It's just a scar across the mountainside. Dozens of narrow openings disappear into the earth. Smoke rises from furnaces nearby. Hundreds of people move in every direction. Some push carts, some carry baskets overflowing with broken stone, some aren't moving at all. You notice guards stepping around bodies without slowing down. No prayers, no ceremony, just another obstacle in the path. A chain jerks your wrist. Move. You take one last look at the sky. You don't realize it yet, but you'll soon forget what sunlight feels like. The entrance swallows you. At first, daylight follows. Then it shrinks behind you until it becomes nothing more than a pale circle. Then, nothing. Your world becomes stone. The tunnel narrows until your shoulders brush both walls. Moisture drips from the ceiling. The smell changes with every step. Wet earth, smoke, sweat, something metallic. The deeper you walk, the warmer the air becomes. Oil lamps flicker along the walls, barely pushing back the darkness. Their weak flames stretch shadows across rough stone, making every crack look like another tunnel. Somewhere ahead, metal strikes rock. Hundreds of pickaxes rise and fall together. The sound never stops. It echoes through every passage like the heartbeat of the mountain. You suddenly understand something. This place never sleeps. When one group finishes, another replaces them. Silver doesn't wait. An older slave walks beside you. He doesn't look old because of his age. He looks old because of the mine. His back bends permanently forward. His hands are thick with scars. He notices you staring. You'll stop counting the days. His voice is barely above a whisper. You'll start counting breaths. Before you can ask what he means, the tunnel opens into a chamber filled with workers. Some stand waist-deep in narrow shafts, hacking at exposed veins of ore. Others crawl through passages barely large enough for a child. You suddenly realize why. The silver doesn't form neat walls. It runs through the mountain in twisting veins. To reach it, you follow wherever it leads, even if that means squeezing into spaces no human should enter. A pickaxe lands in your hands. The wooden handle is polished smooth by years of use, not because it's well made, because hundreds of hands held it before yours. The overseer points toward a streak of gray rock. Dig. You swing. The first blow barely leaves a mark. The second sends pain shooting through your wrists. The third loosens a chunk no bigger than your fist. That's when you learn the truth. You're not mining silver. You're mining rock that contains tiny traces of silver. Every basket you fill weighs almost as much as you do. Almost all of it is worthless stone. The valuable metal is hidden inside. So if Rome wants more silver, you must move mountains. One basket at a time. Hours disappear. Maybe it's morning. Maybe it's night. Underground, time has no meaning. Your muscles begin shaking. Your hands blister. The handle rubs away skin until your palms become raw. Then the blisters burst. Then they harden. Soon, you stop noticing them. Dust fills every breath. Tiny fragments of crushed rock hang in the air, glowing whenever they pass through the lamplight. You inhale them. You cough them out. You inhale more. The man beside you coughs too. His cough sounds different. Wet. Deep. He spits onto the ground. Dark streaks stain the dirt. Nobody reacts. It's happened before. Someone collapses. His basket rolls away. Ore spills across the tunnel floor. For a moment, everything stops. The overseer walks over slowly. You hope he'll call for water. Instead, he raises the whip. The crack echoes through the tunnel. Once, twice, again. The slave tries to stand. His legs give out. The overseer doesn't seem angry. He seems impatient. 2 other workers drag the man aside. His basket is handed to you. Your workload just doubled. No explanation. No complaint. The mountain doesn't care who's carrying the ore. Only that it reaches the surface. Days pass, or weeks. You aren't sure anymore. You begin learning the sounds of the mine, the steady rhythm of pickaxes, the squeal of wooden carts, the groan of overloaded beams. One sound terrifies everyone. Cracking wood. You hear it now. A long, slow creak. Every worker freezes. Nobody breathes. You look up. The timber above your head bends almost invisibly. Dust trickles onto your shoulders. Nothing happens. For another second. Then another. Finally, the beam holds. Everyone quietly returns to work. No one speaks. The mountain gave you another chance. It doesn't always. Roman engineers understood mining remarkably well. They dug ventilation shafts whenever possible. Some mines even used drainage tunnels and water-powered systems to remove flooding. But none of that made the work safe. The deeper the tunnel stretched, the harder fresh air became to reach. You notice something strange. Whenever the lamps burn weakly, the experienced miners become nervous. One man quickly grabs his tools and leaves without asking permission. The guard starts yelling. The man keeps running. Seconds later, his lamp goes out completely. Darkness swallows him. No one follows. The air itself has turned deadly. Ancient miners couldn't measure oxygen or poisonous gases. They only knew one thing. If the flame died, you might be next. Eventually, your shift moves above ground. For the first time in what feels like forever, you see the sun. It hurts your eyes. The broken ore is dumped into huge piles. Workers smash it into smaller fragments using heavy hammers. Others sort through the pieces by hand. The richest ore is sent toward roaring furnaces. Heat slams into your face. The furnaces burn day and night. Silver doesn't simply melt out of rock. The ore must first be crushed, heated, and processed to separate valuable metals from waste. Many of the ores around Carthago Nova contain lead. That creates another danger: the smoke. No one wears protection. No one even understands what breathing these fumes will do over months or years. You simply breathe. Because refusing isn't an option. Your body begins changing. Your shoulders stay sore even after sleeping. Your knees ache constantly. Your cough never disappears. Sometimes your stomach twists without warning. Some workers grow weaker with every passing month. Others become strangely forgetful. Modern historians believe long-term exposure to lead likely affected many miners and smelters. The Romans noticed sickness. They simply didn't understand its cause. Replacing workers was easier than solving the problem, and replacements kept arriving. Captured soldiers, pirates, rebels, criminals sentenced through damnatio ad metalla, condemnation to the mines. For many Romans, it was considered a fate worse than execution. Execution ended suffering. The mines stretched it across years. One afternoon, a young slave whispers beside you, "Do you think Rome knows we're here?" Before you answer, a cart rattles past carrying freshly cast silver ingots. Each one shines brilliantly in the afternoon sun. You stare at them. You've spent months digging, months coughing, months bleeding. This is the first time you've actually seen the silver. Guards surround the cart, not to protect you, to protect the metal. The convoy heads toward the port. Ships will carry those ingots across the Mediterranean. Soon, they'll become coins. Coins that pay soldiers guarding distant frontiers. Coins that fund roads, aqueducts, temples, ports, and public buildings. Coins merchants exchange in bustling markets thousands of miles away. People across the empire will admire Rome's wealth. Almost none of them will wonder where the silver came from, or who died finding it. Another crack. Everyone looks up. This time, there isn't enough warning. Part of the tunnel collapses behind you. Stone seals the passage. Voices shout from the other side. You hear men pounding desperately against buried rock. The guards gather. You expect rescue. Instead, one shrugs. The other tunnel is still open. Work continues. The trapped voices grow quieter. By tomorrow, they're gone. No memorial marks the spot. The mountain keeps its secrets. Years from now, archaeologists will uncover the tunnels around Carthago Nova. They'll find tools, timber, slag heaps left behind by ancient furnaces. They'll discover just how enormous Rome's mining industry truly was. But they won't find your name, or the names of the thousands who spent their lives underground. History remembers emperors. It remembers generals. It remembers victories carved into marble. It rarely remembers the people who made those victories possible. You lift your pickaxe one more time. The lamp trembles. Dust floats through its light. Somewhere above your head, another silver coin will one day bear the face of an emperor. No one who spends it will ever know your face, but every strike of your pick carved a piece of Rome into existence. The empire became richer. The mountain became emptier. And you simply disappeared into the darkness.